Yo. Two Brothers Point of View podcast. Yeah, we here, man, with another episode. A little different episode because we never had a politician on the show before. So it's just a disclaimer: we not political, but we about.
I think we're more community driven, and this is where we start. You know,
I feel like you got to be involved.
Everyone
in
involved.
Some type of politics. Let's do the intro for everybody sitting here. If you haven't tapped into the show before, it's Two Brothers Point of View podcast. I'm your man Ed Blackshear.
Yes, sir, and I'm your boy G Brown, aka G.
And it's the Two Brothers Point of View podcast. And we got a special guest, Katie.
Hello.
Miss Aiello in the building.
Miss Aiello.
Yes. Good.
Aiello, Councilman Aiello.
I know, it's funny to hear you say politician.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Round of applause.
What is this? What term is this? What is this?
My third I just won my third term. So that'll start on January 1st. They're 2-year terms.
Mm-hmm.
And when we say it's politics, it can turn a lot of people off. But when it's city government, it's so local. I'm going to be the one to help try to get your pothole built. It's not the same as this national.
Oh, I'm so happy you said
divisive
because I want to talk about that.
I mean, it still is divisive, but it's a different kind of breed of politics, and I think more people should get involved and know what's going on with it.
Mm.
That's good you mentioned that, because I know there's a lot of people who don't get involved for more than one reason with politics, because it seems so serious or
Toxic.
Beyond toxic, can cause division. Like anything in this world, we have this person versus that person, or this view versus this view. But let's start from the beginning. Let's get to where you started from the beginning. We can go back to as far as junior high or high school, and what got you geared into this type of.
Well, we don't have to go that far back, but it's I started my coffee shop in downtown Utica in 2017, Character Coffee. And, from there, I just started having so many questions and learning about the city. I was on the front row here watching everything happen. And I got to meet people who were going to meetings. And I remember they were like, we're going to a council meeting. I'm like, what's a council? And I didn't even know or understand.
Right.
So I started going, got really passionate and frustrated about issues. And, you would feel like nobody cared or was listening. People who had issues on the ground in Genesee Street weren't having a say at the table, it felt like. And I'm like, what are you guys even doing in that room then? And so I remember the first time it was 2019 was coming up to run for council, and I didn't care for my council person at the time. Went around for 2 weeks telling everybody, hey, who's gonna run against her? And nobody would, and then I realized, crap, that means I have to. If I keep saying somebody should, shoot.
I guess it's me.
Yeah, so I was up against an incumbent. It was harsh. He took me to court to try and kick me off the ballot. I lost at first, and then we appealed it, and I won. I got all my ballot lines back. All that just to lose the election. But I just wanted to elevate the standard of debate, maybe force her to have to answer to stuff. And there's a lot of reasons to run. It's not always just to win. So then that was 2019. I lost, but I never stopped going to meetings. And then COVID hit, 2020. Meetings went online at City Hall. And I remember getting so frustrated about an issue they were talking about, but I didn't have anybody else to talk about it. So I just picked up my phone and did one of those selfie videos on Instagram and posted a story, which felt a little cringy, but I was so excited and passionate about the issue.
The same thing.
And turns out I was like, how is nobody else mad? And then my inbox was flooded with comments. Turns out they were mad, they just didn't know what's happening. And that was the missing piece. So then I ran again 2021. So I won that election in 2022. And then 2024, I ran again, won that one. And here we are for a third term. Just won this one.
That's a very good.
So, answer your question, the coffee shop kind of started it.
Okay.
I got you started. So people will come in there and just talk politics.
I think that's real organic way to hear. It's just like if you go to a bar and somebody drinking,
just talking.
You're
just talking.
They're gonna hear what's going on.
At the time, it was no hospital downtown movement, it was affecting different people and friends I had in businesses over there differently, and I just felt like
a voice.
Yeah, I felt like something sketchy was happening. I definitely got involved with that. Now it's funny. It's I'm less I have a lot of different beliefs than when I first started. I think if you watch my stuff, my footage, you see me learn in real time. And there's so many things I don't agree with myself from all those years ago, but I think that's good. And so when I won my first election, I remember Rob Palmieri was mayor. He called me in his office and he sat me down, this big long conference table, and he's like, "Why are you doing this? You hate me." And I was like, "I don't hate you. I'm just really frustrated." And he listened to me for 2 hours. And I thought he was like corrupt as hell. And I believed all these people around me and like the people of those parties who said how sketchy it was. I was really concerned. And I thought, we just got this one bad guy out of office, everything would be better. And then he started explaining to me all this context of when I would bring up certain issues. And turns out it's like, no, we didn't just pick that one person to buy the building. Here's the list. Here's all the people who do the bidding and the process. And it wasn't corrupt. I just had a lot to learn. So we ended up, I think politically, a part of the conversation that's going to come up is I pissed off a lot of different people, a lot of different ways, and I did not make allies. I don't recommend getting involved like I did, how I approached it. But so when I first started, I was with the Independence Party, and I had the Republican support. So once I got into office, and then we lost ballot access because New York State as the Independence Party. So I'm like, well, I'm a Democrat, so that's what it's leaning, like, let me just be a Democrat. Right. So I registered, and then I decided to run for office, and then everybody was pissed at me thinking I was just switching sides, I was using people, and then they got really confused because all these people who I was bashing the mayor with, now I'm his best friend. Yeah. And nothing's making sense, and they think I'm a sellout and all this stuff. But really, I just wanted to get to work. You know, really cool stuff on the council.
When you say get to work, not to cut you, when you say get to work, what do you mean? Like, what part of that were you?
I like that question. My definition is investment in the community. Like, we had all this ARPA money. COVID happened. The city's given a $60 million check to help revitalize areas most in need. Not every city got remotely close to what we got. Right. And I was immediately like going to the mayor, I'm like, I want dibs. We need the skate parks. The skaters were advocating for themselves with that. We got to use it to fix the alleyway that was falling apart, which you guys have a really old video in there.
Yeah.
Was it? It looked fine.
It was yellow.
It was yellow, but the bricks were coming out.
Okay, I didn't pay attention.
Right. And right now the walls are white, and I want murals, but we never got to that. Right. Just like stuff like that. If Palmieri was still in office, I think we'd have those murals up. Okay. And I wasn't harassing the administration the same way and like bomb throwing as people thought, or as they think I do now, because he kept me busy. Right. He was willing to work with stuff. I didn't get everything, but that's what matters to me. And now we're looking at, I spent my last term. I don't know where to get into it next, but my first term in office, somebody came into my coffee shop, they tried to bribe me. They wanted some of the ARPA money. Gave me an envelope of cash, and I said no. I knew where I was sort of going. He flips out, has his girlfriend run against me to try and kick me off, out of the council seat for their own political interests. And it was just tormenting hell of just all of these attacks. It was nonstop. Somehow, I report this bribe. Nobody cared, which was a really telling sign of what the economic transactional currency is here. Apparently, I was the weird one for thinking this is not appropriate. And then what happened when I was going to run in 2023, this man who tried to bribe me, who has his own record, very violent and was very upset. The DA's office didn't care that I was being bribed. If anything, they started going after me for whistleblowing. So then it turned into this massive residency investigation because I live here and I also live in Herkimer. You can have multiple places. It doesn't matter. You can just pick one to vote from. And I've had this because of my coffee shop. I have 2 little girls, 7 and 9, and it just was always back and forth. My ex-husband and I were divorced. So what starts in 2023 is this nightmare of an 18-month investigation from the district attorney's office for something that's not illegal. The DA himself also had multiple residences. He's an elected official who makes $212,000 a year. It was just a nightmare being followed by police. My phone's tapped. This is insane for a council seat. So very eye-opening. It was insane. At the time, thankfully, my opponent committed a ton of election fraud. And because I knew in 2019, when my opponent took me to court to try and kick me off the ballot for bullshit reasons, and I got it back, I learned how to do it. So it was kind of like this cool lesson where I'm like, no, I know where this goes. So I took her to court. The judge said he's never seen so much fraud on so few petitions, and kicked her off the ballot. So I was thinking, okay, that's all done. You guys tried, go away, and they didn't. So then I take office in 2024. That's when Galimi, our now Republican mayor, is in, who he's part of the team against me. The investigation with the DA's office doesn't end until like June 2024, and it's all orchestrated and conspiring with the Republicans. And it makes no sense because all I want are bike lanes. Like, I'm not out to get anybody or do anything, but...
I got a question.
Yeah.
I have to cut you off.
Please do.
But, you know, we all see what's going on politically in the world.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're talking about a lot of stuff locally. Like you just gave, what the kids say, it's a lot of tea. It's a lot of tea you just gave. But why can't Democrats and Republicans just, like, why can't they, and again, it's a disclaimer, I'm not a political dude.
No,
I understand the landscape of things, but why can't Democrats and Republicans locally, like Utica is like this big, why can't Democrats and Republicans just locally just, instead of like,
just get along, right?
yeah,
and get to work.
Yeah, just get along, get to work.
I love that question.
What's the issue? What's
we
the
have
issue?
the same goal, I think.
Yeah, we all have the same goal. We all have the same goal. We have a small town.
Well,
There's a lot of poverty.
No, I think
what is the goal?
That's the answer, though, is because on their council, you know, it's 6 Democrats now, and then it's about to be, and 3 Republicans, and one of us, like, there's Republican and myself, we just go back and forth all the time, and they're like, if you guys could just get along, you'd be a powerhouse. Like, why can't you meet in the middle? And you're so much alike, which I find take such offense to, because no, I would never send the DA after somebody and attack their kids and get involved with anything like personal like that. I'm not that. And so I do take offense that they think we're the same. But I think you hit the nail on the head of, when people say that, I think that they assume that everybody's in it for the same intentions. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people who aren't, and they're in it for themselves and their family and their jobs, and it's as simple as who's self-serving and who's not.
So there's people on the city council, and I'm not throwing no shots, but we
I'll
all
get them on here if they want to talk and say Katie's a liar.
Yeah, but we all see.
That would be awesome.
We pay attention, yeah. We pay attention kind of what's going on. So, you know, and I've had one of my family members was a council person before, so we pay attention to what's going on. Why can't so there's people on the city council that just don't, not excuse my language, but don't give a fuck about Utica. They just give a fuck about getting into a certain lane.
I think they think their bubble of Utica is Utica. So I don't think that they think they're being self-serving. I think they think they're actually doing the right thing, which is kind of confusing when there's 65,000 people here. Mm-hmm. You know, people attack me of like, how dare you want bike lanes or like complete streets or anything? You're like, good luck, that's political suicide. I'm like, no, my district wants that. My district wanted a cool alleyway to party in. I don't care that you're trying to get through us to go to New Hartford. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do what I think is right for our people, and it's this fight. They don't see us.
Those things I feel like are fairly disturbing because they has nothing to do with the other. But to change the subject or to switch it around, I want to know, because I'm so not the political person and I'm not as educated as everybody else. So this is dumb person now. I want to know what's the job entail of council.
Yeah, what is
that? That's a great question.
I just want to know, because if we break it down to the science of it all, from mayor, for anybody, and they just stick to what their job entails step by step, just like any job we do. Mm-hmm. I want to start from there. So for you, for what you do, mm-hmm. and I would ask the mayor or whoever what their job is the same way. Mm-hmm. What is the base, the core job? Like,
the simplest term. A lot of people don't know.
For people who don't know too,
so
if
sorry,
we have
everybody.
younger
I
people,
forget that. I get into this so long. You're like,
no, that's fine, because what you're giving us is fine. This is exactly what we came here for. But I also, for my purposes, and the people who probably don't know as well, what you do or what people like yourself do or what you were voted for. What do you do?
Yeah. So the council is like a mini Congress. We are the checks and balance. The mayor is the executive branch, mm-hmm. just like the president would be. Mm-hmm. the council, and then there's obviously 3 branches of government: executive, judicial, legislative. Legislative is what I do. So a really, a big part of the council is we make the laws, and the mayor's supposed to execute them.
Okay.
If we say if we pass a law, the mayor can veto it and say no. But if we have enough votes, we can override that and say you're doing it anyway. Right. What we're seeing now is the mayor's not even following our veto overrides, and that's why I'm actually suing him and taking him to court over giving himself a salary raise.
This
right?
gets really very
but at the end of the day, that's
toxic.
Insider kind of boring to people. I
no, that's not boring.
Not boring. People want to know. Actually, people want to know.
That's not boring to me.
The job's what you make it. We got people who they just we get a lot of calls. So you can call City Hall yourself, but if you want somebody to help advocate for you, and you I've done this so many times, this isn't getting done, I go right into City Hall. I'm like, come on guys, this is what I need, and it helps if you have the relationships with all the departments. So it's you just are somebody's neighborhood community advocate.
So you guys get some laws passes, and you spoke on
a more personal level, right? You guys get more laws passed on a more personal level, like you said. I think before we started, if somebody has a street that's you can see the bricks under the road, there's crazy potholes, and they come to you. And they come to you, that's your job to get that. It's
actually the mayor's job, but there's only we can't have eyes on every street.
You're
There's
the voice.
65,000 people, so I'm helping with the voice. People get mad at me that the park is trash. I'm not the one who literally goes cleans it. We need a mayor who does order his people to.
And people can be outraged about anything. Some people, especially about that party situation we can talk about, I just feel like it wasn't as horrendous as one may seem. I don't think it was that serious for people to be so outraged. My friend is still dealing with that party through, I'm not going to talk about her business, but through court. So I feel like...
Oh, yeah, I've been going to those.
So it's...
And that was political.
That is...
I feel so bad about that situation.
It seems as if it's political, because as you're saying that, and me seeing that on the other end of things. But the annoying part of it all is, I don't know who it affects. Who did it affect, really, for you to make this much of
what is it?
And the double standard drives me crazy. So we're talking about the alleyway parties from the summer, right? And then she was so fantastic. The city gave her a permit to have that party. Right. That's the point of what we do. People should use our city. And then people are mad when they use the city who aren't even here. And it was getting weird because a week before, the mayor wanted to have a meeting. They sat down with UPD, and they're very strict about everything. And, I don't ever see other people get those kind of pre-meetings, and I was getting annoyed. But it's fine. The people hosting the party also want it to go off awesome and be great.
I'll play devil's advocate because I know sometimes, and I go to parties, and I've been going to parties since I was a young ass, excuse my language, a young dude, you know what I'm saying? So, seeing certain people the way they act, I would put caution on.
Good, fair.
And I was getting ready to say that too.
Just to play the advocate of, I'm a person who say and see things why the fuck are you acting like that when we're all catching a nice vibe? But one person doesn't constitute for every individual who is just there. We're not responsible for some people's behavior.
Yeah. But in the same breath though, you will say that you can have that caution, but where's the caution when the same stuff happens on a Vera Street? I see a million Vera Street videos, not a million, but I don't be on Vera Street no more, but I see a bunch of videos where
back in the day
dudes just boxing on Vera Street still to this day.
Back in the day and to this day, but I feel like, and I'm speaking on my area in my class. I know a lot of my people we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
And then even that's
we're a little older now, you know what I'm saying?
They didn't have a problem. Okay, fine. UPD wants to be here and watch the party. Feel free. We're gonna.
Can I tell you, I was so happy to see that many police there. They think they were stopping something.
That's
exactly what.
Please stick around. I need you here so I can have a good time. Because if they see, you know what I'm saying?
And they
all jokes aside, you think I'm mad at your hair?
We love that. Your hand. We love that.
You know what I'm mad about? There's something happening behind the scenes. I felt like that was the vibe, and I went. I had a blast.
I think I see you.
And it was. We had UPD, and they were great. The troopers.
UPD troopers. I think we had everybody. The sheriff.
Well, let me tell you why I'm mad. Varick Street has been asking, we've been meeting with the mayor and saying we need to bring back Varick Street. Here's our plans, here's what we want. They wanted to kind of do like another serenade.
I think they should. I think something should.
And everybody was on board. The chamber and people were offering like, hey, we just want 4 more police officers. We want to help make people remember like this is safe. We're gonna get crosswalks. Let's set a new impression. And the mayor and everybody, the mayor was like, all he had to do was provide police officers. We have staffed. And they're like, well, you know, we're stretched thin. We can't do that. It's going to be a no. And then they're like, what if we pay? And like, no, we don't have enough. And then I show up Saturday night to this alleyway party and we got 10. I thought we didn't have enough to go around for the city.
Yeah.
But when the city wants to invest in certain things.
Yes.
And that's my double standard of what I'm going to, sure, be at the alleyway, but also be on Varick when business owners are asking for this too.
Oh,
And that felt like a double standard.
I got a real good question for well, not a question, but I got a question kind of type statement. I was just thinking about because we talking about Darren Street. I've talked about this with my parents before, and my dad agrees. My dad's 60 something, and I've had this conversation with him. The city, why does this? So you're inside all these meetings. Does the vibe to you seem like the city only cares about the older generations? It always seems like the younger generations get put on the back burner for so long all the time. Like I've been the part of the younger generation for a while. Like I'm older now, I'm creeping up there, but it always seemed like for years that the younger generation gets stepped on for like they don't really care about the things that we want to do around here, the things that we need.
Nonprofits and people who there's people who donate to all these nonprofits and stuff, and they're seeing that less and less. And they're like, why doesn't the younger community help us and start supporting these really important things in the city? Like every time we show up to a meeting and we have an idea, you say no. And I think it needs to start. Look, also young people, we shouldn't go in. We're new. We shouldn't go in expecting to have all the say. You gotta. There's a balance though.
Oh, for sure.
But I agree. Like in these meetings, I think there's these.
Is that the vibe though? Is that the vibe? Like, does it feel like the city is more geared towards
what the older
No,
what the older people are?
I have older people who like the alleyway, but they don't have a business and they don't donate to the right people, so they don't have a say.
I honestly
so I feel like it's like who's Utica enough for them? What version of Utica do they see? But also, like older people do vote. And more than the younger people.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I understand that. It just seems like the vibe always like.
Not many people from my era vote either though.
Yeah, like it just always seemed like the vibe. Since I was younger, it always seemed like the city just has like
older folks vibe.
Older folks vibe. Anytime something young and vibrant tries to come through,
let me play devil's advocate again.
It
feel like it's our fault. It's kind of sort of because the older people aren't. They're not their responsibility to get the younger people involved. Like. People older than us, I'm speaking of. It's our time to get the younger people involved. You know what I'm saying? Just like we were looking for somebody to get us involved when we were younger people. Like I looked up to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I was influenced by a good person to do something good. Like I like that. I want to hoop. I want to hoop while he hoop. You know what I'm saying? Coaches or So I think it's
a mixture of that.
Walk Savage.
Yeah.
We don't have a Walt Savage like we had a Walt Savage back in the day. James Peterson, Vic Voss. We might have them. Maybe I don't see them right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they are out there, but
I think you guys are that. I think people
we can say that too. We can say that too.
There was somebody about to say that.
And we gotta speak soon. But I'm speaking on more of a collaborated thing when it comes to Democrat, Republican, whatever the case. It's really, really, really time to focus on the children.
That is true.
And I think that's the most important. We can go back and forth tit for tat for everything. Like you said, your job is this, that, and the third. And I wouldn't recommend you to try to collab with somebody who you don't see fit with because that's not easy.
I'll work with literally anybody.
And I believe you, Katie. I really do believe you. But if a person isn't on that type of time with you, I would just I would help. You know what I mean? I don't mind collabing with you if we want to work on the community in certain ways. Like I'm down for that, especially if it has something to do with the community, locally, like field-wise or children-wise, doing some type of programming. But I wanted to ask you, not just to jump off subject, I wanted to ask you, these meetings you're talking about, how do a person like myself get involved and get to those meetings, or
Yeah.
Is there certain meetings we can get to? Like, how do we
Well,
get
I think,
to those?
yeah, it's the first and third Wednesday every month. And in City Hall.
Excuse me,
The first and third Wednesday every month at 7 p.m.
First and third.
Every city has their own set time for them. You walk into City Hall, you take a right, and it's the council chambers. Every meeting is public, it's law. If it's not public, it's called executive session, and we tell everybody, hey, we're going into executive session for this reason. But it's all for you to know. Any number, it's all public. So, yeah, you can come to for any meeting.
Okay.
Public comment, there's 3 minutes to speak every meeting.
Okay.
But also, you can watch them on YouTube. So we do live stream now on YouTube.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So,
social media driven.
I didn't know that.
Everything.
yeah, since COVID, thankfully, that was.
Oh,
So I think
that's good to know.
when I started watching them, I'm like, what is Vermont justice? And there's all these, there's like these formalities and procedures. So we follow this thing, Robert's Rules of Order, just so everybody knows. If you want to say something, if you want to object, we speak this language, but you learn it pretty quick.
Absolutely.
What it is.
And I want to know
And
how
ask every
popular
question,
is the
too.
meetings? Like, do you get a lot of people like myself at these meetings? Like, are we?
Sometimes they're packed.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the issue. Right now, it's as simple as this person struggling with getting a bus stop by his house in North Utica, and they keep putting it farther and farther from him.
And he's an elder man? Or?
No, he's younger, but they were concerned about what people in the neighborhood had to say of where it was and where it wasn't. And race got brought up, and it was an important issue. So then what that councilman did for there was he called in Central Bus Station and said, can you come do a presentation and let us know why these bus stops got moved?
Oh, I like that.
It was good. And he's talking to everybody. Sometimes the issues are massive, and it's, we had people in for like trying to help us like fight lead.
Right.
We still don't have legislation on that. We need that. Homelessness was massive. Like non-white was
homelessness
massive.
thing, I get kind of frustrated with.
Sometimes they're not though. A lot of government's boring.
Yeah. What the homelessness is in the city is it's kind of like a tit for tat thing with a lot of like people who are on drugs or have mental illnesses. Like people who are truly homeless because they can't get a job or some sort. I think that's one thing. When you have certain people, they have other illnesses too. That's why they're homeless, or they come from a different area. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people come from rural areas because we have so many programs.
Come from New York City,
and then they don't even use it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you trying to meet your quota almost. Like we're gonna sign up this many people just so we can.
We're up against a lot of people concerned about that on the council, and there seems to be this.
It's a mixture of everything, though.
Well, like I'm getting a lot of pushback on some people of, they don't want help, like they can't be using. Like the fact is, we need low barrier shelters. Not everybody is willing and ready to be off drugs. My angle is, yes, I don't think the city or anybody's enabling them by giving them a low barrier shelter. They are our responsibility in society, whether we like it or not. Whether they're passed out on Oneida Square, there's so many stigmas of people not even thinking that they're human, and I can't police that as much as I would love to educate people on that. Mm-hmm. But what I can do is like really advocate. We need a navigation center. They're proven to work. What that means is we have all of these nonprofits throughout the city. People who are here and down on their luck, they don't know where to start. We need a one-stop shop that you can go to and figure out. This is what was recommended to us, by the way.
There's so many buildings you got to go to get to like. You have to go through. Like I used to work re-entry too. Like people who used to come home from prison.
And even if you know it all, good luck doing it on the right day.
Yeah, you gotta go from stop. If a person come home from prison or a person in mental health or whatever the situation is, they have to go to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. That's a lot, and it could be like draining, almost like you're losing confidence.
Yeah, I get it.
If I can go to one place and get everything handled, one wop. From top to bottom.
I mean, it'll help clean up some like Oneida Square. It'll help.
Too much.
It'll help clean up the area.
People are mad at the Cornerstone Morrow Center with all their homelessness stuff, and they
I used to work in there too.
They act like they're the ones bringing the problem, but really, like the problem's there. My thing is when he opens at 8 p.m. at night, we don't have the problem. So people, I don't think should be mad at him. They should be mad at like the city or the county and people who don't have a solution for them from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mm-hmm. Here, when they're inside getting taken care of, I think, we're missing a piece of the puzzle, and that's where...
I say if people get upset by the homeless folks, excuse me, with no disrespect to them, because I know times is hard. You never know what a person's going through, first and foremost. Like, life is not easy, so a person becoming homeless could be a whatever could have may happen to him. You know what I'm saying? I might be a paycheck away from being homeless my damn self. But when it comes to people like having issues with folks who are homeless, if they're in the area or if you're driving by or you fear them at night or whatever the case, I think that's what the problem is. And I don't know who's speaking on that. I'm just giving a scenario. Like maybe that could be one of the issues that people in the city have with homelessness, or if they're asking for change or whatever the case. Some people get disgusted at that.
I just don't understand when like these are people on council who say, well, they're addicts. Not every homeless person's an addict.
Nope.
But so
Absolutely
what if
not.
they are?
Right.
What is your solution then to?
Because that's
like
that's
helping
not
is
easy.
actually going to fix it for
That's
everybody.
not easy to get
That's
off
my
the drugs
take.
if you're really on that.
I was gonna say, does politically, it seems like, do you think that politically sometimes people think just one track, they don't think about everybody else? Like you brought up the bike lanes. You think people just walk around like, oh, we don't want bike lanes, but they're just thinking about like, it's just like this. They're just like in a tunnel, like they don't see what everybody else in the world wants. Like,
well, and when we look at that fight, I always go to, I think 90% of people didn't care. Let's start there. But then out of the 10%, it's like so many wanted it, but they weren't the ones in the right seats and the right power to speak. So it was never a fight about what's the safest option for Genesee Street. It was a fight about who has power. Because the safest option, New York State DOT came in and said complete streets was with bike lanes and street lanes. That was proven, every fact proved it, but that didn't matter because it was a power trip of, but I think I go back, say with the homelessness or something else.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. Like the bike lanes, people are just thinking about, oh, we don't need bike lanes, but they're just not thinking about people that actually ride bikes, or like homelessness. They're like, oh, these people are here, but not.
We don't need these places.
We don't need these places for these people. Like,
it's hard for people and politicians especially to change their mind because they see it as a sign of weakness. So they will double down in ugly ways.
We're dealing with it right now with the whole shutdown right now.
Yeah.
Well, and I say this in 2020. I think even before that, I thought Complete Streets was terrible. I thought it was insane. They did a study. They did a little trial up on Palermo's. Wait, this was 2019.
I've just seen some new ones too, like going towards Utica College.
The state, yeah, it was soon. But I remember hating it, and I thought they were gonna go all the way down in front of my business. I'm like, oh hell no. So I kept Googling things like bike lanes bad. Right. And I kept Googling it, and turns out it wasn't. Everything I would Google just showed me like a reason why it was actually really good. And I found one study once, I'm like, got it. And then turns out wasn't even done on like the right, like it was not a credible study. So it's funny, when we came up and brought Complete Streets up again, and it doesn't matter about Complete Streets, but I think it's just the illustration, I was sympathetic to, okay, I get why if you remove a lane of traffic, people think like that is removing accessibility. Let me just try and really educate people ahead of time, and thinking that would help sway people. I took a lot of time fighting on that and thinking it mattered, but turns out really I just had to go have a beer with him at North End. And I missed it. So politically, I mean, that's where I'm trying to grow, like relationally, like that matters. You can't just be right, be right, and like it's a balance.
Sometimes it gets too caught up in me versus you.
Yeah, too caught up. That's what I'll be. That's what I'll be.
It gets to that point because, truth be told, that's human. It's human nature and competitive spirit for whoever that is. You know what I'm saying? But if we can just be like, we probably want the same thing, maybe. And there is power trippers though. I'm not gonna lie. Some people are like, nah, we ain't doing that shit like that, just because they don't want to do that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But
well, and it reminds me. Kind of started this on the beginning. Like I got into this because I started those videos. I
was just about to switch gears to that because like why did you start the video? So we be seeing the videos and it'd be all types of you put some sound effects, it'd be all types of smoke.
Well, and I feel like I went long in the beginning explaining like the DA and stuff just to kind of show you like the torment of what it is, and I'm taking that to court. I don't care about the court of public opinion. I'm gonna get it settled in court of law. That's fine. I'll have peace with that. But it put me in such a position I didn't want to run again. I hate this, and that's what they do with people. They make good people not want to run and get you out of there. And I was like, fine, they win. I wasn't gonna do it, but then stuff was happening in City Hall, and nobody knew I wasn't gonna run yet. But I'm like, fuck this. I'm just gonna go scorch earth. I'm gonna make every video. I'm gonna tell everybody what's happening. I'm gonna say Samantha gave her father-in-law a $50,000 part-time job. I'm gonna let you know who's husband works where, and I'm just gonna say it all because I can't not say it anymore. And I don't know why I ever wouldn't, but
And this is all public information that
it is.
that you can find, right?
Yeah.
But
And last thing.
do you feel like that was the best route?
So many people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Because when you can't work with them behind the scenes and you try, and when they only care about their public image, you go there.
Okay.
And it's the only way. Like when you try and.
This is political. This is a political.
No, I'm not going to keep
language.
your secret. Like,
Not
if you're
saying-
going to lie about me, I'm going to tell the truth about you.
Yeah, I feel like this is such a political language.
Yeah, and it's, so no, I'm going to shed light everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like it, start acting right. Or, like, they'll try and send more people after me. It's like, no, we'll keep I'm not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So doing that, I'm like, okay, I can hang in politics and not be burnt out as long as I'm telling the truth then.
Mm-hmm.
And people just blew it up. They were all over it. And I don't even necessarily think for the drama, but there were so many stories of like, yeah, my uncle got ran out of town for this reason. Everybody could relate. And it's shifting, I hope, the power. Because now you guys have the information. So now people are showing up and they're like, no, actually, we aren't in a financial crisis. This is where we want the money to start going to. And I think we're seeing a change for that.
Work? How does that? Because I hear so much money coming to this city, and I do see things happening. You know what I'm saying? Especially from downtown area, from the hospital, and you know, a lot of my friends are starting to create their own businesses.
Even in
I do see change. I do see it, and I'm looking forward to seeing more, honestly. And I hope, again, like I said, we all get involved. But how does that actually happen? Like, how do we pick and choose where the money goes and aims towards?
Or do we have a choice? Do we even have a choice to do that? Like, do we as a people, do we have a choice?
Decide?
Do we decide?
There's different funding, and like with ARPA, that's once in a lifetime money. We did a Utica Prosperity Initiative survey, and anybody.
60?
It was 60 million, and our city budget, for context, is at 93 million right now. So for us to get this much money, and people are like, you blew it on skate parks and stuff, and from the same people who wanted investment for the youth.
That's a good. I think the same part.
But there's stuff you had to use it on that. You couldn't pay off your debt with it. It was very specific what it could go for.
See, that's something people need to understand too.
And it went to infrastructure and fire trucks too and stuff, but not random.
But people on the outside looking in don't understand there's laws and there's rules and regulations of what we can do and cannot do.
There are many limitations.
There's so many different things, and I'm happy you said that, because if a person says, why do we have that? And I go to the skate park. My son loves it. I see a lot of kids there. There's actually some dope ass skaters at the skate.
Yeah, we actually got one. We actually got one we want to interview.
Who?
Ryan Parker?
Ryan Barker.
Ryan Barker.
Yeah, Mary wanted that skate park. He was at meeting with Spoon Ranch. He's like, I want the best. I want this to be an Olympic place. I want them to do tournaments. And that passion from a mayor.
That'd be crazy.
He made sure if that money was happening, it was going to be something that Utica had pride in.
Oh, I think somebody should hop on that.
Now our executive branch is playing this game like we're in a financial crisis. They don't see government. They don't think government should be used that way. I do.
But that's what I mean. Like, you got something like that.
What's good?
Like, the youth like that. The youth like to skate
We
park.
like it. We like
even
eventful things.
Yeah, we like
heard about a skate park. You're gonna get so many different people. Like, they got a skate tournament.
Yeah.
I'm going.
You worried about the kids shooting shit up. Some of them kids that shoot shit up like that shit. They like that. It's gonna keep them occupied. I'm just saying. I'm keep it real. they like that stuff, but you can't take
40.
Don't take that stuff away. You know what I mean?
No, I know. And it was used as like a item to mock forever. And there was tons of stuff that money went to, but it just showed their true colors of what they chose to attack. Because right now it's like the administration thinks it's, some Republicans don't want to see taxes be used and spent on other people. It's meant for their jobs and increase salaries. And we can do that, but we can also put it where it's supposed to be too.
I like the way you said we can do that, because everybody need their dollar, but at the same time,
I
agree that some of that money goes to certain places and they can't deny it goes to their pockets.
And that's what, with my videos, I'm just trying to educate people what's there, what's real, and try to decode it so then they can advocate for themselves. And I know I said a lot of stuff that might sound like don't get involved, like that sounds like hell. Hopefully I helped lead the way of just like
we can get another sit down, because I know there's
we need more people in. The more good people in, the less the stuff will happen.
Yeah, when we invite politicians, Democrat, Republican, Independent,
we don't
care. We invite y'all to come on the show.
We're not
if y'all got anything to say about anything, like, we not looking for a back and forth. We just looking for me and Jeff.
I would love it if they came out. I think
we just looking for a
solution.
a
We
solution
love
because
You guys are
we're here.
involved,
We
I'm
love
born
you.
and raised here. First of all,
Yeah,
like
we
I
love
always
you.
say, I'm a product of my environment. So
Uh-huh.
some of us look at that as like a negative when you say cornhill or anything, but I know I've done well. This brother right here has been my friend since 2nd grade elementary school.
Wow.
We come from that.
Mhm.
We come from that environment where we've seen the good, the bad, the destructive, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? So to see people actually trying, I think there is progression, and we do need to talk to other people. Now I'm at an age where we can come sit down and explain to us what we're missing.
Mhm.
If we're saying something wrong and you're right, then
Yeah,
I
we
don't
missing
mind,
something.
but
And it's like,
If we missing something,
you guys are the boss. It's not the mayor. It's not anybody. It's
I do
like we
believe
work for the
people
people. And I
have
think,
much more to say. I agree with you. It is about the
and come to meetings, watch them online. If anybody has a question, however silly, DM me and like
I do want to
I
come
will
to a
answer
meeting.
every little question.
I do want to come to a meeting.
Now that I know that on YouTube, I could watch.
Yep, 7:00's the council meeting. Then there's the thing an hour before called the pre-meeting where we just discuss what legislation we're going to talk.
You got posters on like Facebook and stuff?
It's all on. If you go to City of Utica YouTube page, you'll see all the live streams from the common council nights.
Okay.
What about the upcoming meetings? Do you have like a reminder of
Yeah, they have.
a website?
Yep. If you go to City of Utica's website, you can go to our
Alright.
agendas and see what's in committee, which is just a fancy word for saying we're gonna work on that legislation.
Okay.
And
I love that.
it's thank you for doing this. I'm glad people are involved and watching. And this is my apartment that everybody thinks isn't real, and it
We
very
are
much
on
is.
Cottage Place.
This
Just
is
let you
huge.
guys know.
We are.
We are on Cottage
We are in
Place.
4 Cottage Place.
Yeah, Cottage
This
Place.
is very real. This is
Yeah,
mine.
it
and
is
it's-
real.
It's,
It is real.
I love Utica. I love
Let me have a
yeah.
party. in here.
It is. So that's, hopefully they're done with politics so we can get to work.
Let me have a party in here.
Do it.
Let me have a party here.
Some party in this shit.
Yeah.
Let me have one.
Just one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have a party
Like
here.
$10.
With the AP.
This
It's
is
great.
definitely AP vibe.
AP.
Alright, you ain't gotta put that on. Or do you? Nah, I enjoyed every
Nah, this
second
was
of
great.
This is fun
This
because
was
Thank
great.
you so much.
I'm glad you're my first interview after the election. It's like, this is what I think.
Oh, this
Oh, we the first interview at the
Oh,
election.
this-
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
We made it, baby.
This is,
Shout out,
baby.
I
This
had,
up.
I had the choices and
Baby,
I'm like, no,
baby.
you guys.
Yeah,
I
think
appreciate
DM me,
that,
I'm like,
man.
Yeah, and
yeah.
congratulations again
Yes.
on your council seat.
Thank you for what
became
you
your
guys do.
council seat.
This is huge. It's important. People are having these conversations and fostering them, and you have a good you're reaching
We're
a lot
trying.
of people.
They're trying.
It
We
needs
trying to tap in with all the ones that's what we trying to do this season. We trying to tap into the ones that's all important for the city because
Yeah, I
people
don't
have
know
questions.
people- yeah.
Over the years, since we've been doing this, we be sitting around with people and people have a lot of questions. So we just bring the questions that they have.
Yeah.
Well, that's our goal for this season, kind of.
Mhm.
Like we looking at trying to do the mayor,
That'd be awesome.
superintendent of schools, superintendent of
Utica
schools.
City
Like
School District.
people have questions for all these people. We want to sit down with
So
them.
get the county. People forget about the county level, county legislators.
Oh yeah.
They get no scrutiny. They don't I'm not saying go attack them, but I'm saying let's just have more conversation. Not everything in government has
Let's
to be
have a
like that.
conversation.
But I just want to bring them in because I feel like
Yeah.
that goes missing. But you
Yeah.
guys, I'm so thrilled you're doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah, it needs to be
Thank
had.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And again,
Thank
the
you,
disclaimer: Democrat, Republican, Independent. We
I
don't
don't
give
care
a
what.
fuck.
Yeah.
Pull up on us. We pull up on you.
Right.
Pull up on you. Come on in. Yeah, man. But yo,
Alright, you already know what it is.
thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
For letting
Thank
us
you, everyone.
interview.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, cameraman.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
My good fellas in the back.
Yeah, man. But this is the show. The show. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
I
See
forget
ya.
what season. This is season 5.
Man, I'm lost count. Nah, this is season 5. We
This is
slow
season
roasting.
5. Yeah,
Season
we
5
slow
years
roasting.
this.
We slow roasting. We
We
gonna.
got years. We got a lot of years together, but
Yeah.
we take our time with a lot of things. We want to do conversations like this with more people with that status to where they can give us some knowledge just as much as we're trying to give it. You know what I'm saying?
Educate us
And give them their flowers while they're still
yeah,
here.
and give them the flowers.
Yeah, I hope people are listening too. There's term limits. We're gonna need more people to run. We gotta rotate out.
Let's do
We
it.
got boards to fill, and it should
Hell
be
yeah.
should be you guys.
You heard her.
Moves.
You heard her. We the new adults.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We the new adults. We the new adults, man. Hey, yo, can you believe we the new adults? That's fucking crazy.
I can
I'm an
believe it.
adult. What are we talking about that? I'm an adult.
We're the adults in the room. It's here.
I'm
I'm
an
going to
adult.
get a cookie with some milk now.
I got responsibilities, yo. I got to wipe ass when I go home. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy.
You got kids and stuff.
Yeah,
huh?
man. Like,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
kids
With them.
too.
Well, let's get out of here.
I know.
Out of here.
Let's go get
That's
our
the
kids.
show.
Yeah, as soon as you
It's
said
Pooh
white
Brother Point
ass,
of
that
View.
was the cue.
It's Pooh Brother Point of View podcast. This is Katie.
Thank you.
And we outta
Thank you
here.
so much. Bye, guys.